we are here with our final interview at this amazing place. We're here with Vince Pitre. And Vince, you are going to tell us what you do. You have lots of modalities, but tell us about it.
Well, what I'm most excited about sharing with you is what I've been doing lately with people in terms of helping them heal. And I do have a number of modalities that I can assist people with. And at the same time, there's an organizing principle that is weaving through any of those modalities. And really, when people remember who they are, when they know without any doubt who they are and the power that they have to influence their lives, then everything can change from that standpoint. Because when people are having struggles, they're not believing in themselves. They have a whole host of beliefs that are operating unconsciously most of the time that hinder that. And so the way that I prefer to work is to help people uncover who they are, and the process of doing that is helping them understand who they're not. So the things that they believe about themselves are things that need to be let go of comfortably.
Isn't that old programming we all get? That's part of who we're not.
Yeah. I mean, we're all raised in a family, and our parents had programming from their parents, and it can go back 7 generations. And a lot of those programs are very limiting, and essentially every limiting belief has the same thing in common. And what that is it's an illusion. And it draws us away from who we really are.
Okay, so then it's like getting to the root of that and changing that.
Yeah, because once you let go, the most important belief to let go of is the idea that you're not already whole, that you're not already enlightened, that you're not already deeply connected to all that is. That is the last belief to go. And so for most people, we don't start there, and yet that's where we're going if that's what somebody really wants. And some people have a deep fear of going to that ultimate depth of who they are because they're afraid of essentially the ultimate fear is that they'll become nothing. Like they'll become nothing when they die, or they'll become nothing if they totally embrace who they are. And that's absolutely not the case.
Is that like letting go of some of the false self, the false selves that we all have?
Yeah.
It's not who we really are.
Right.
I think sometimes people have pressure to become or behave for certain roles. That family, they feel that the family wants them to do, or friends. You know, we have social pressure, especially in this society, right? Or any society.
Yeah, and at the same time, look at the price that people pay for that.
Yeah.
You know, they pay the price of happiness, they pay the price of health, they pay the price with finances. Ultimately, the best answer that I have for anybody is to totally accept yourself, finally, and for good, and to come from that. See, we come from love. We come from abundance. So if that's true, and I know that's true, that's my reality is that we come from abundance, we come from love. And some of the evidence of that is we're given free will. So to me, we must come from unconditional love because we have free will. We can do whatever we want to do. Doesn't mean it's without, consequences, or maybe a better word is without experience. Every action brings about an experience. Yeah. And so it's all for learning, and ultimately the learning is about loving ourselves and to knowing who we are and where we come from.
So what would you use? Somebody come for a session or a series of sessions, how would you start that?
Well, like any other professional, the best way to start is to do a proper assessment of what's going on with the person. I personally don't like to spend a lot of time on the story because people become addicted to holding on to their story.
Oh, yeah.
They get lots of attention for their story. So they
Just gets it in there, cements it in further.
yeah, yeah.
Talking about it.
And the story is only as important as it can reveal, what the underlying program is. And then once we've identified the program, then I literally get permission every step of the way to help that person release that program, because
Some deprogramming,
that's right, because
getting rid of the negative.
I mean, I was working with a woman yesterday, and I asked her, I said, if we remove the program that has you believing that you're not good enough, how might that affect your marriage? Is that something that you're ready to do? Because that's going to affect you dramatically. If you start to feel great about yourself and you own who you really are and your power, that will change the dynamics in your relationship. So that's what I mean by we get permission every step of the way.
I can't believe it. We're out of time. Where did the 7 minutes go?
Well, it was a great 7 minutes, and I really appreciate I'd like to conclude with her statement, though, because it's really profound. She said, I'd rather live with the truth than to suffer with the untruth.
And on that note, we're going to take you out with, don't forget, everybody, God is alive and magic is afoot.